I went to Cirque du Soleil in Vegas like less than a year ago. There's little people flying all over the stage. They're 100 feet in the air, no net. 2 of them had masks on. I swear to God. Because you wouldn't want to do anything dangerous, ladies and gentlemen. But, you do you. Just know that, the medical community, I respect them, but they get a lot wrong. I seem to remember about 6 months when I was washing the mail. You remember that? Like every package was a stool sample from Chernobyl or something. They just get a lot wrong. Not just with this. There's hundreds of prescription drugs that we all took, or a lot of us, and then over the years they pulled them off the market because they said they were safe and effective, and then found out they weren't safe or effective. Or trans fats, which are fats that hate Dave Chappelle.
Your Morning Blitz begins now.
Get out, square!
Oh, what's up? 6:07, Wednesday morning. Kelly Quinn, Thick Rick. Did it not feel quite as cold for you yesterday?
No, it was freaking freezing yesterday. Were you not outside walking your dog for 2 hours like I was?
No,
that wind is bitter. Now listen, I live out in the country and it blows across the plains and that cold snow and hits you right in the freaking kisser.
Yeah,
and it's really cold, even though it was 30 some degrees.
Yeah,
yesterday.
I forget how wide open the area you're in.
Yeah, it's very cold.
It's like when you get out fishing in April and the water temperature's 50 and the wind's blowing and it's you get one of those 70-degree days, but that wind blowing across that cold water.
Cold.
Yeah, I get it.
Keeps it cold.
I fired up the grill.
So did we.
Did you really?
We did burgers, yeah.
We did Italian sausage.
Nice.
Yeah, it was great. Man, I don't know. I know it's locally made. I don't know if all Giant Eagles and market districts carry it, but the one in Hilliard has this Italian sausage, Kelly. It is jalapeno peach Italian sausage. I know you make that face, right?
I don't like any sweet meat.
But it wasn't, I don't even know how to describe it. Because one day they had a sample out. They had cooked some and they had, you have to try a sample. And I tried it and it had the greatest flavor. So I got some and it's amazing.
It's amazing.
It is
wow.
It is such a great
It doesn't taste
flavor.
sweet. Like I don't like sweet and sour chicken, sweet and sour pork. I don't want any sweetness on the meats.
I don't know. I mean.
So you didn't, but you didn't.
I guess
feel like
I don't notice that.
Okay.
I didn't notice that. I just noticed this great, amazing flavor.
What is kielbasa? Is that sausage?
It's kind of, yeah. I mean, it's...
My mom would make that from time to time when we were growing up, and it was so foul.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Every time somebody says sausage, I think of that kielbasa
Yeah,
that was sat in front of me when I was like 7. Like,
isn't that like...
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, that's kind of... I think that's smoked, isn't it?
I don't know, but it was just long and looked like a wiener. And
Well, there's a lot of that. I mean,
like
smoked sausage and
dog,
Italian sausage and kielbasa and, brats and... I mean, all of that.
Yeah.
But,
I'll tell you what I do love. I'm so obsessed with Thick. And I had to throw out part of the package today because I have been just like completely whipping them down my throat at a fast pace. Brock's Cinnamon Jelly Hearts. They have all the...
Brock's Cinnamon Jelly Hearts.
They're so good. They're like chewy candy. I'm sure they are loaded with red dye number 3. I cannot stop eating these. And I ate 3/4 of a package of them. And then this morning I brought them in and threw them away because I'm like, I can't keep doing this. However, I have 2 unopened packages of them still in my car. I didn't throw those out. They're so good. Do you like cinnamon candy? Do you like hot tamales?
No.
Okay,
no,
you wouldn't like these then. If you are a hot tamale lover, let me turn you on to the Brock's Cinnamon Jelly Hearts. They're chewy, they're delicious, you can't stop eating them. Oh, yum.
Dan says, gonna need more info on this jalapeno peach sweet meat. Giant Eagle, you gotta go to the meat counter, it's not packaged. It's just like one of the Johnsonville Italian sausages, but it's made in Ohio, locally, and it's jalapeno peach Italian sausage. That's...
Okay.
In the meat counter at Giant Eagle. At least the one in Hilliard. I don't know about the other ones. I assume they all carry it. I don't know why they wouldn't. But it's locally made.
Nice. Well, that sounds like a nice option.
Yeah.
All right.
Carrie said your dentist is loving you, KQ.
No, my dentist already loves me. He's my brother-in-law. Thank you, John.
Mm-hmm. And then Mike Funk texted in a link to a doggy treadmill for you. So if you don't want to, that might be your savior right there.
Yeah.
He probably wouldn't like it, would he?
I mean, I kind of need the exercise too. So
Right.
I guess we could get 2 treadmills and we could go side by side. No, he wouldn't like that at all. This boy needs part of his exercise is sniffing, and that is supposed to engage a beagle's brain so much so that 15 minutes of sniffing is like an hour of walking.
Wow.
Yeah. At least
All
that's
right.
what I've read. So, we've got to get out. He's got to be sticking his head in all underground pipes and things that are like sewers and all that. This dog is wild. Not behavior, but what he is willing to crawl into.
Oh, I bet. I mean, that's his nature.
Yeah.
You know? Doug said, I just turned on the Blitz, and the first thing I heard was Kelly saying it looked like a long wiener.
Yeah, I'm talking about kielbasa, man. Oh my gosh, it was really, really awful as a kid to have a kielbasa foisted upon you for dinner.
Popcorn Pam said sausage and potato pancakes, delicious.
Ooh, that sounds good.
All right.
How do you feel about Schmidt's Bahama Mamas? Dan wants to know.
Oh, they're all right.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all right. I like this peach jalapeno better, but yeah, Bahama Mama's classic.
Yeah, classic.
You know. All right, incarceration tickets in the 7 o'clock hour. Hopefully you got the Ink song of the day from Ronnie Hunter yesterday at 4:20. When you hear it, be caller 9. More tickets to see the Lonely Ones. Also, 4-pack of tickets to the National Fishing Expo all coming up. Right now, Morning Blitz trivia, $25 to waterbeds and stuff if you're the first one to text in the correct answer at 99700. Out of all streaming services, everything, what was the most streamed show of 2024? Oh. What was streamed, and this is in terms of minutes of streaming. So this had the most minutes of streaming of any other show in 2024. What was it? Tell us at 99700 and get that gift card. AC/DC on the Morning Blitz, 624, Kelly Quinn, Thick Rick, Morning Blitz trivia question. What was the most streamed show out of all streaming, all services, most streamed show of 2024? I saw this list and I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Oh, it isn't something you'd expect.
No, I didn't expect it.
I was going to say Squid Game, but I guess that's not it.
Several people said Squid Game, several said Yellowstone, things you would expect.
Yeah.
You know.
Uh-oh, what is it?
Well, first off, all of the shows in the top 10 are old shows.
Oh, we're rewatching.
Well, not only that, but I think we're putting stuff on for the kids, using it to babysit the kids.
Okay, I'm all in favor of that.
All right. Because the number one most streamed show is on Disney Plus.
Oh, my little niece is obsessed with this show.
Bluey.
Obsessed.
Oh my gosh. 55 billion minutes
Wow.
streamed of Bluey in 2024. Oh, jeez. Yeah, my little 2-year-old granddaughter Octavia likes her some Bluey.
Yeah, Bluey's great.
And half the shows on here are animated.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Now at number 2, it's Grey's Anatomy with 47 billion.
We're still
minutes.
watching that, huh? Now, I don't hate it. I loved it, but I quit after like season 8 because I was just like, okay, I think I got it.
Yeah, I think there's still people are still, watching it from the beginning that
Turning
haven't
out
seen
some
it.
quality shows.
Family Guy at number 3.
I have never seen a single episode.
Oh, Kelly, Stewie,
I know.
Stewie is one of the greatest animated characters ever.
I mean, I love The Simpsons. I've seen a lot of The Simpsons. Never moved over to Family Guy.
Oh, I highly recommend it.
I love Bob's Burgers.
That was 4th.
I love King of the Hill.
Bob's Burgers was 4th. That's hilarious. That's something I haven't watched.
Bob's Burgers is excellent.
All right, I might have to try that out.
Yeah.
NCIS at number 5. Young Sheldon at number 6. Big Bang Theory at number 7. Then you got Law & Order, SVU, Criminal Minds, and SpongeBob SquarePants rounding out the top 10. So those are the top 10 most streamed shows of 2024.
I like to have a show on for background noise if I'm like cooking or something, but I'll never put a new show on that I've never seen.
Yeah, exactly.
It's more like I've been rewatching 30 Rock while I make dinner or whatever. I've seen it 15 times and it's just background noise, but I like to have it on.
We will do that with everything from Big Bang Theory to Everybody Loves Raymond to Walking Dead.
Yeah.
You know, it's like just...
So I'm imagining we're not alone. I bet a lot of people, at least, like you said, it could be like a situation where you're putting the kids in front of the TV for a few minutes so you can breathe for a second, and they're watching Bluey. But the rest of them, I feel like it's really nice background noise to have.
Yeah. It's just, that's why I remember all these quotes from Big Bang Theory.
Right,
it's just
right.
on.
It's just
and
always
Everybody
on.
Loves Raymond, same thing. As far as an original show goes, number one was Bridgerton on Netflix.
Bridgerton. I've never seen that either.
The movies, man, again, it's like dominated by animation. Moana, Super Mario Brothers, Trolls, Minions, Encanto, Frozen, Paw Patrol. It's all kid stuff.
You know what's
because
funny?
they will watch those movies over and over and over again.
And if I was a parent, I would see a lot more movies with my kids. And I maybe see 2 movies a year. And that is including on Netflix and all that.
Right.
I just don't watch movies. I like TV shows, but I don't like watching movies. It's just too big of a chunk of time to commit to. And now I might watch 15 shows in a row, but that's my choice, and I could end it at any time.
I still don't know why you can't watch a movie and just pause it.
Ugh.
You come back and watch the second half the
I don't
next
want
day.
to.
How's that any different than a TV show?
I just don't like that big of a chunk. I mean, let me have my opinion.
I know. I'm just curious. It interests me that...
Let me have my likes and dislikes.
That you will watch, 4 episodes of a show in a row.
I will watch 15 episodes of a show in a row. I will sit down for 6 hours.
But won't watch a 3-hour movie.
But I won't watch a 3-hour movie.
See, that's why I get so confused.
It is weird. Why is that?
I don't know.
It's very confounding. However, if I had a kid, I'd be watching all those movies.
Sure, yeah.
I'd be watching Moana.
Well, you say that. My brother-in-law's got a little boy who loves Frozen and wants it on nonstop. That's all every day he wants it on nonstop. And my brother-in-law's about to lose his mind.
To drive him nuts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just constant. So, all right. I was impressed. A lot of people did guess Bluey, but the one to do it first was Brittany Smith from Lancaster. So she's got $25 to waterbeds and stuff.
It's the Morning Blitz.
And now it's time for I've Got Something.
Let's see if these dummies have anything worthwhile for us.
6:40 on the Morning Blitz. And Kelly, I don't know what is going on, but all of the dumb criminals out there are school people now.
School people?
People who work for our teachers and stuff.
Oh.
I don't get it. We had stories this week about, they're throwing parties with students.
Cocoa Beach Elementary principal is throwing a big, humongous alcohol-fueled bash for underage kids.
What is that? In what world do you think that's okay? And this guy, this 52-year-old teacher in Wisconsin got a DUI. I didn't even know how you do this. I don't know how you can drink this much. I didn't know a breathalyzer could max out at a 4. 4.0 is as high as the breathalyzer will read. You could be at a 5, but it'll max at a 0.08 is the legal limit, and this thing will max out at 0.4.
What is the highest that you could have before you die?
I don't know. I have no idea. But 0.4, that's how high the breathalyzer goes. So this 52-year-old Randall Valerio is a middle school gym teacher in Waukesha, Wisconsin. And police got a call last Friday about a hit-and-run crash around 7:30 a.m. Yeah, all in the morning. He had dropped his kid off at school, not the school he teaches at. He dropped his kid off at school, then drove away, rear-ended somebody on his way to the school where he works, hit and run, left the scene. He actually told the person he hit, he goes, "I'm sorry, I got to go. I'm a teacher and I got to get to school." He rear-ended them and then he told him that and then took off. Didn't give him his name, nothing.
Rick, I'm sorry, sir. I cannot understand you through all the slurring.
I'll come back to that. But the person he hit was fortunate enough they got a shot of his license plate. And then police found his smashed up Jeep in the school parking lot where he works. All right. They gave him 4 field sobriety tests. He failed them all. principal asked them to search his office where they found more alcohol. He obviously has a drinking problem. Okay.
Do they have surveillance in his classroom? I have to see how a teacher teaches with a 0.4 blood alcohol level.
In gym class.
Oh, he's a gym teacher.
He's a gym teacher.
Oh, I feel like you don't have to do anything if you're a gym teacher. You just, I mean, really, you can just be like, hey, play some volleyball. I'm going to sit over here in the corner.
Yeah,
right?
Right. Yeah, exactly. So they give him the breathalyzer test, 0.4, which is 5 times the legal limit. And like I said, it might have been higher because it maxes out at 0.4. It doesn't go above 0.4. That is 5 times the legal limit. So the fact that he was even able to put his car in drive, hit somebody and know I've got to go to work, so I got to go, and then leave and go.
Oh, you're forgetting the point where he drove his own child to school.
Right.
Absolutely smashed.
So, but how smashed is somebody who has a legit drinking problem like this, who can drink that much, be at above a 0.4 and still function? He obviously has a serious drinking problem.
Holy cow, that is unbelievable.
Judge at court on Monday said he was lucky to be alive. Judge said he couldn't believe somebody could be that drunk, especially before 8 a.m. So he's, multiple charges. You know, obviously the drunk driving drunk with the kid in the car, and he's probably not going to be the gym teacher much longer, I'm guessing.
Oof, my gosh, it sounds like they need some serious intervention.
0.4. Wow.
My gosh. All right, I've got something. O.J. Simpson's son, Justin, is being accused of improperly taking over his late father's Las Vegas home. So the administrator of O.J.'s estate is suing Justin, alleging that Justin and his dad had an agreement that Justin would buy the home from O.J. to protect O.J.'s property and money from creditor claims. All right? So this deal, when O.J. was alive, now O.J. died last April, but when he was alive, he and Justin had this deal where Justin, he has this company, this corporation, Justin's company, would purchase O.J.'s home in Las Vegas, and that would shield the property from being liquefied and claimed by the IRS and from Nicole Brown Simpson's family and Ron Goldman's family. So Justin agrees with this. Justin is Nicole's son. And he was helping his dad keep money from his mom's side of the family.
Oh, wow.
All right, so he agreed to this. And what O.J. wanted was for Justin to buy the home, but O.J. would continue to pay the bills, apparently. Well, Justin apparently pulled some funny business. He told O.J., yeah, Dad, you can keep control of the house and everything, but he ended up getting legal work drawn up and his sick dad to sign to turn the entire thing over to him. So anyway, the whole thing's confusing. He's getting sued for a bunch of money that O.J. put in, like all the mortgage payments he paid, all the utilities he paid, everything else O.J. paid when Justin was supposed to be paying for it, I guess. So I don't know, man. I don't understand it. What I do understand is that even post-death, O.J. is still trying to keep the Goldman family and the Simpson families from collecting any of his money. And he has explicit instructions that the administrator of his estate is not to turn over any money to the families. I mean, this guy really...
Wow.
Isn't that wild?
Gonna win even in death.
I don't know. It's really weird. But, all right.
I'm not surprised at any of it.
I'm not either. What I am surprised at is that Nicole's own son is in collusion to keep her family from collecting any money. That bothers me.
Well, do you suppose it's more about the Goldmans, and that's really going to be his son's money in the future that would end up going to them, and so his son wants to keep that money?
I think that is it.
That's it, right?
100%.
Okay.
Yep. I think it's all about the Goldmans.
Wow. All right. We got a text from Kevin, by the way, back to the alcohol. You know, because the alcohol, the blood alcohol content, 0.08, that's the percentage. As Kevin pointed out, it's 8% of your blood is alcohol. So if you're at a 0.4, that means 40%, Kelly, of your blood
is alcohol.
Oh, and he said, the highest he has ever seen in the ER, he works in an ER, was 0.56.
Oh my gosh.
So over half of that person's blood is alcohol.
Imagine
Yeah. So, and he said, yeah, it depends on how much of a functional alcoholic you are. You know, that's crazy, man. That half of your blood could be alcohol. I would never get that far. I would be on the floor out cold before I could ever drink that much because I'm a lightweight.
I literally drink one light beer, and I'm like, oh, I'm really feeling this.
Bad Flower on the Morning Blitz. We get some texts about the math on the alcohol, the blood alcohol content.
Don't look at me.
I know. I just was going by what Kevin said. I don't know. I do know that 0.08 as a percentage is 8%. Am I crazy? Is that right? Or is it point?
Thick, it was my understanding that there would be no math.
Because Cody said 56% blood alcohol is just not possible. He said it would be 5.6%. So, and maybe that's right. I don't know. I'm with you, Kelly. I mean, I can add and subtract and divide and everything, but as far as blood alcohol content goes, I was just going based on what Kevin said. So,
whatever it is, it shouldn't be there at 7:30 in the morning when you're driving your kids to school, right?
Yes, correct.
Should not be in the blood at all.
Should be a 0.08 or a 0.4, either one. So, all right. So the 80s. Yeah, man, they love to get these 80s tours going and bring these old bands back around.
Yeah.
These are not 80s rock. This is alternative, but I just got a kick out of it when I saw the lineup because most of these I know from movies. All right.
Okay.
You know, I mean, obviously, one of the most legendary 80s movie songs. So, Simple Minds, Don't You Forget About Me.
All right. Simple Minds.
They are the headliner. Simple Minds will headline this tour. All right.
Now, did they have any... oh, no, I know. Alive and Kicking.
Well, yeah, that's the name of the tour.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It's the 80s Alive and Kicking Tour.
Okay.
The Simple Minds is the headliner. And then there's also Soft Cell.
Run away, I've got to get away from the pain you drive into the heart of me, the love we share.
I know they're a one-hit wonder. What else are they playing on stage?
Soft Cell, yeah, I have no idea.
You have to play Tainted Love, like, for all your songs.
It has to be, at least it has to be the opening song and the closing
yes.
song.
I think bands have done that.
Oh,
like
yeah.
these one-hit wonder bands.
Yeah.
They'll do their one hit at the beginning and the end.
I think it was a couple years ago that I was informed, because I didn't see the tour, that Limp Bizkit opened and closed with Break Stuff.
Wow, and they actually do have more hits.
I don't know what that was about, but...
Hey, we love what we love.
Yeah, sure. And it's only like a 2.5 minute song. So, all right. And then one other one. And I was trying to think of, I don't know a movie that this song was in, Tainted Love. I'm sure it was in some movie.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now, this song made famous by Valley Girl. Remember the movie Valley Girl?
Oh, yeah.
What's his name? It was his first movie I ever saw him in. Oh my gosh. Con Air. What's his name?
What's his name? You know, that one dude.
Yeah, he's in everything.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. That's him. Yeah.
I had to look it up.
So, yeah, Valley Girl with Nicolas Cage was modern English. You remember this?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we played this at 92X because it was alternative rock. So that's it. Just those three.
Yeah, hard pass on this tour. Oh, man.
I'm just looking at this going, that's a movie song. Yeah, that's a movie song. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's so I know these songs from movies, but we did play this song. I remember when you and I played this song at 92X. So, it's going to kick off May 16th in Richfield, Washington. If you're interested at all, the closest show will be in Detroit, June 21st, or Noblesville, Indiana, on June 22nd. They have no Ohio dates. I'm so sorry, Kelly.
Oh, yeah, I'm good. Let me know when Coolio goes out and does Gangsta's Paradise. I like that soundtrack.
Then
Dangerous
you'll show
Minds.
up.
I'll show up,
And
yeah.
now, all right, I'm listening. 3 things you need to know before you go.
There's an interesting bipartisan bill that's going to be introduced next week in the Ohio legislature. 5 Ohio lawmakers have crafted this thing. The legislation they're calling it the end of state-funded death. So, this legislation does 3 things. Number 1, it would abolish the death penalty in Ohio and replace it with life in prison without parole. It would also ban the use of taxpayer dollars for assisted suicide and for abortion. Assisted suicide is not legal in Ohio, and state and local money cannot be used to cover abortion services currently. So this is a bill that really wouldn't have much impact initially because these things are already not happening. But the 3 Republicans and 2 Democrats who crafted the legislation say they are introducing it anyway. They want this made into law because we don't know what's going to happen in the future, which is true. Governor DeWine back in 2019 said lethal injection medications are very hard to come by, and there would be no executions while he was in office. And there hasn't been a single execution since DeWine's been in office. But there is a legislator who is reintroducing last year's bill to allow execution by nitrogen gas. So there's that currently happening. Right now, assisted suicide is not legal in this state. And if you participating in assisted suicide is a 3rd-degree felony. So that's current law. There was a death with dignity bill back in 2018, never made it out of committee. And although Ohioans' tax dollars do not pay for abortions, it's always a fight. For instance, the ACLU says it's discriminatory for the state to provide funding for pregnancies while neglecting abortion services. So it's always a fight out there. So I guess this legislation is meant to tackle all of that. And, so it's interesting. It's an interesting thing to pay attention to, I guess. All right. Let's talk about this Trump administration offer of buyouts to 2 million civilian full-time federal workers as part of a plan to drastically shrink the size of the U.S. government. Now, we know right now there are a couple million federal employees, 10% of whom work from the office. The rest work from home. I guess there's going to be an effort to return to the office.
Yeah, I thought that was happening.
And so they're being offered a deferred resignation program. If you agree to quit, you will remain on the payroll through September. You won't have to come back into the office, but you might have your duties reduced or eliminated. So there's a chance you could still be working through September, but also a chance that your duties would be eliminated or reduced. So it is confusing as to how this would actually be implemented or play out, rather. Federal employees have until February 6th to decide. The offer includes all civilian federal employees except those in immigration, those in national security-related positions, and those who work for the U.S. Postal Service. So we did get a text that says this offer is clear as mud. Federal workers don't really understand. Maybe you get to work for 8 more months and then you leave your job, or you might not have any duties and get paid through September. So who knows? It's very confusing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're delivering mail, you're not working from home.
No, that's right. You're not included. I guess my thought was, if I was offered today, if somebody said, if you agree to quit, effective at the end of September, you can go home right now. We won't make you do anything whatsoever.
Zero tasks.
No tasks.
Like Kelly Quinn's gone from the radio.
Yeah, but we'll pay you your full salary and your full benefits.
Through September?
Through September.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'll pass.
I'm passing, too.
Yeah. I mean, because okay, great. I get an 8-month vacation. Yeah, that's nice, but then I have no job.
Right, and no guarantee of a job.
Yeah.
I think maybe if I were 65 and eligible to get on Medicare or something, I might think, well, maybe it's time to retire. But any time before that, there's absolutely no way I would leave a job without having another one.
Well, yeah, and the people who will do this know what their skills and qualifications are and know what, they're, I mean, if I'm working for the government, like some sort of office job, whatever it is, whatever I'm doing, I'm immediately going to look and see what's out there. Am I going to easily be able to find another job? Because I'm going to double dip. I'm going to go to work in 2 weeks if I can, and I'm going to collect 2 paychecks.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah, there's definitely a way to play this, but I don't exactly know.
I mean, I'm going to accept it, and then I'm going to, if I know I can get another job, I'm going to start looking immediately, trying to find a job as quick as possible, because that way I'm getting 2 paychecks.
That's right. You're a go-getter. The Chinese New Year begins today as the year of the snake is ushered in. The Lunar New Year is a 15-day celebration. 1 billion people around the globe celebrate. The year of the snake symbolizes the 6th animal in the Chinese zodiac cycle and is associated with character traits like wisdom, intuition, and charm. And those are your 3 things.
At your current job right now, you guys, would you take the offer? If your company came to you right now, I don't know what you do, let us know what you do when you text in at 99700. What you do, and would you take that offer? You can stop working today, collect a paycheck until September, and then your job is over. You don't collect any more money, no benefits, anything. Would you do it? I prevail on the Morning Blitz at 7:11 with Kelly Quinn and Thick Rick. We're talking about this deal that is about to happen with our federal government, where you can leave your job today and get paid through September, get your benefits and everything. You might have to work a little bit, maybe some tasks, whatever, but it sounds like most of them wouldn't. And we asked, in your current position, if you got the same offer, would you take it? Would you say, yeah, bye, I'm done, no problem?
We have a lot of people saying yes, and I'm going to keep your information as, I won't give any identifiers because I don't want to get you guys in trouble with your jobs. But we do have someone who says they're a night auditor at a hotel. Yes, I would take an 8-month paid vacation. I'd use that time off to find a job I really love.
All right. Well, now see, Jennifer... And that's a big thing. Like for me, I would not do this because I'm with Jennifer. She says, I love my job and the company I work for. If I took that offer, I'm not sure I would find something I love as much. So you have to take that into account, obviously.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't want to leave the Blitz. Where am I going to go? Like stupid WNCI crap? No.
Somebody said I would 100% take that offer. I work front desk at a doctor's office. I could go back to school and collect a paycheck while doing it, then go back to work. Yes.
All right. We do have a couple federal employees who are talking about, get that pension early. Are you kidding? I'm all for it.
Right. Yeah, that's a win-win. Jeff says, I'm a driver. I won't say where, but he says, F yes, in a heartbeat. This job sucks.
Oh, man. Yeah. Give me that deal. I'll get out of this truck. We're getting a lot of truck drivers that would absolutely do it because they will have another job driving another truck in a month. Collecting 2 paychecks. So they're thinking away. I want to double dip, man, if I'm going to do that. I mean, unless, like you said, if you're right next to retirement age. Yeah. That'd be different.
Yeah. Ryan says he's a mechanical engineer. There's a big demand for people like him, so he'd do it because he knows he could get a job really quickly. And he said, plus, Thick, if you were told you'd be paid for a summer off to go fishing, wouldn't you take it off?
Well, yeah, but then what?
I know. You have to think of the future.
Again, it depends on the job you're doing, the situation you're in, all that stuff, man. Yeah. And I imagine there are going to be people who work for the government like that. Some of them might really love their jobs, So I don't know what you do in that situation. I'd say no. Because they're not going to make, now we also got a text that said those people are going to lose their jobs in September anyway.
I don't know that that's true. They're hoping to get about 200,000 people to take them up on this offer in the federal government. Mm-hmm. And outside of that, I do think there might be a return to office mandate for a lot of people in the federal government, but I don't know that you're necessarily going to be cut anyway.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. It's sort of unknown at this point.
Well, we'll definitely follow along with this.
Yeah. Chris says, I would absolutely take it. I'm a truck driver of 25 years. I can get another job tomorrow.
All of the truck drivers.
All the truck drivers are going to absolutely take it.
White Zombie on the Morning Blitz. 7:25. Kelly Quinn, Thick Rick. I'm sure we will hear that song on the Friday of Sonic Temple weekend, as Rob Zombie will be opening up just before Metallica on the main stage. Kelly, I told you a wealthy wife means an unhappy life.
Okay.
All right. If you truly want a happy life, this is science. All right. You can't argue with science. Scientists from the University of Durham say it's better for the male partner to be the top money earner. In their study, they analyzed the incomes and mental health of heterosexual couples, and they found that when women become the breadwinner, it results in a higher risk of mental health issues for both members of the couple, but especially for the husbands. And when you look around the world, the share of married couples where the wife is the primary earner is increasing. So this is becoming more common for the wife to be the breadwinner. Now, in this study, which was published in the Economic Journal, researchers said in both the United States and Sweden, it's up 25% since the year 2000 of women out-earning their husbands. And they focused on heterosexual couples who had an average age of 37. They were observed over a 10-year period or until they divorced, which happened in about 20% of the observed couples.
Wow.
How about that?
Yeah.
The analysis revealed that the participants' mental health was positively associated with both their own and their total married income. However, this relationship was negative in regard to the wife's income. So as soon as the wife started to earn more money, the mental health got worse for the men. In the United States, you know, our divorce rate, just straight divorce rate, regular divorce rate, is 52%. Like basically when you get married, you have a 1 out of 2 chance of your marriage making it, based on the stats. When your wife earns more money, or when the wife earns more money than the husband, the divorce rate goes up by 40%.
Wow.
So you go up to 70% chance of divorce when the wife earns more than the husband.
Huh.
How about that?
Yeah. Do you think it is just a traditional view of men being the main breadwinner, or do you think that is inherent in men to want to be a caretaker in that way?
Well, I think that is the reason that the mental health affects the men more. But I honestly believe, and I keep waiting for my wife, Heather, to wake up one day, because I'm in this situation. And I keep waiting. My wife makes more than me. And I keep waiting for her to wake up one day and go, I don't need you anymore.
Well, it must be true love.
Well, yeah.
It must be
I
true
think
love.
so. I believe it is. But
yeah, I'm in a traditional situation here. My husband makes more money than I do. And yeah, so I guess I can't really speak to it. But you guys are working out great.
Yeah, and it's, you know, it has changed over the years. I mean, we've been together a long time, and she's in a more secure industry than I am.
Yes.
So it's, you know, her industry has been better to her than mine has to me.
Carrie says, I'd love to have my wife out-earn me. Bring on the mental health issues.
Yeah, now see,
Doug said the same thing. I'm willing to take the risk.
I don't have a problem with it, you know. I earn my keep at home, so, you know, I take care of stuff at home a lot. And so she doesn't have any problem with it. I don't have any problem with it.
Yes, the thing is, like, when you're both
I root her
contributing.
on, yeah.
It's not like you're sitting around doing nothing and Heather's doing everything. It's like you both contribute.
Right.
You both earn money. You both contribute to the house,
Right.
the operations of the home.
Yeah.
You have kids and et cetera and so forth.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you guys have a real good balance of power there, it sounds
think so.
like. Balance of responsibility.
Yeah. She tells me what to do, and I do it. It just,
Well, there
it's
you go.
No,
It works.
I'm kidding. No, she's the best.
Doug is saying that she might possibly keep you around for the weed.
No, she's like Kelly. She's not into it.
No?
I think,
Okay,
you know, all these years, maybe 3 times in all these years, I think.
just not into
and
it.
like in 10 minutes, she was asleep all 3 times. It put her to sleep, so she never been into it, you know.
Danielle says, I earn double what my husband does. It definitely bothered him at first, but it's dumb. We have joint checking, so who cares?
Yeah,
it's like
so do
all our
we.
money goes into one where you're both contributing.
Yeah, we're the same way. We're
Right.
the same way. Ann says, it sounds like insecurity to me. Well, that's probably where the mental health issue comes from with men. They're like, man, she's making all this money. And like I said, they're probably feeling like she's going to find out she doesn't need me anymore.
That's what I'm wondering, though, Anne. Is it nature or nurture? Is it nature for men to want to be the head of the household, or is it how you were brought up in a male role in society?
Or does it maybe give you the feeling of the control in the relationship because you make the most money, and now you've lost control and you can't deal with it? I'm sure there's a few. I'm sure that all of those things are probably part of some of the relationship.
We need a sociologist in here right now.
Five Finger Death Punch on the Morning Blitz. That was Afterlife. That was the song Ronnie told you to listen for when she told you at 4:20 yesterday afternoon. And Joe Fowler heard it, was caller number 9. And Joe's got a pair of weekend passes to incarceration.
Oh, the celebration on the phone with Joe and his wife.
They
Goodness.
were fired up, man.
That was awesome.
Also, now registered for a VIP upgrade for that weekend. So we'll draw that Friday from all our winners this week and let you know if you won that. We'll do it again tomorrow, but you got to make sure you listen to Ronnie this afternoon at 4:20. So you know the Ink song of the day for tomorrow morning. We play it in the 7 o'clock hour sometime, and when we do, just be caller 9 when you hear it. You'll, just like Joe Fowler, have a pair of weekend passes to Ink. Man, Kelly, we got a lot of texts about this topic, about women earning more than their husbands and what that does to their relationships. And Bobby texted in and said, why do we keep assuming that it's the men that have the problem with the woman making more money? And it's not like it's all men, but when when the woman makes more, it's men who are affected negatively, mentally, more than women are from that.
Right. What he's saying is, I guess you have it in a survey or a study, but what he's saying is, how do we know the women aren't also aggravated by the fact that their husband isn't making more money?
Yes, some of them are.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I'm just saying that the percentage of it affecting men is just higher than the women. I'm not saying that women don't get affected by it at all.
Yes. Zach texted, this is interesting. He said, I was married to somebody who could work but refused to, and that has mental health risks as well. When your spouse refuses to work but is able to. So that's an interesting perspective.
Trashman Dave said, I've done it my whole life. I'm ready for a change. Give me a sugar mama. I'll make her breakfast, pack her lunch, and iron her panties every morning.
Okay. Well, it's quite an offer.
We got another text that says, this is ingrained in our society. It's really not anybody's fault. It's just the way things have always been, and it's seen as that's the way it's supposed to be. That as a man, you must be a provider, and if your wife makes more than you, you're felt, you're made to feel that you're failing as a man to provide.
Yeah,
but that had to change because of how things have changed when it comes to women in the workplace and women making, having great careers now. That was bound to start to level out, right? It had to,
right. Spencer has an interesting perspective as well. He said, let me just tell you, men's mental health is a rabbit hole. It's so sad how it's always misunderstood. He said he used to run a men's mental health group at his church, and it's not just about money, and it's not just about being the breadwinner. Yes, part of it is that, is because of the way we were brought up. But really, men just want to be able to take care of somebody. It makes them feel whole. It's just part of what they're born with inside, is to be a caretaker.
Yeah.
I think is what he said.
I guess, the provider. Yeah. Yeah, Sarah said her husband hates that she even works because he wants to be the sole provider.
Oh, her husband hates that she...
Yeah.
Wow.
She said we fight about it constantly.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of... I don't know, maybe I'm just speaking from just being a woman, but... It's one thing to be offered the chance to not work if your husband just makes a crap ton of money and you can stay home. But it's another thing to be told not to work. Because I think most of us as women want to be productive. And if you're not currently, raising kids and busy doing that, you want to do something productive with your time. And that would be a tough pill to swallow if your husband said, I don't want you working. I'd be like, what?
Well, yeah, because, that there's an independence factor there, and, relationships can turn sour quickly if one person loses their independence, if they feel trapped.
Yeah, and I think you don't want to live your married life preparing for the worst case scenario. That's a bad sort of perspective to have on a marriage. However, if both individuals want to be productive in a workplace, I don't think you can prevent one from doing so.
I mean, I don't know how you get ahead in this world anymore, where both don't work.
Yeah, what job are you doing where you don't need your spouse or wouldn't that extra money from your spouse?
You're one of those high-end jobs.
But it could be society. It could be a societal thing. Maybe this man grew up in an atmosphere where the men worked and the men provided well for their women, and period, that's it. That's what you do, and that's what's expected of you.
Yeah. And that's the way it went to work. Wife took care of the house and the kids. And, it was just the way it was.
Yeah.
Doug said Heather keeps Rick around for his chandelier.
Those fancy chandeliers.
And he said Heather comes home and says, "Make me a turkey pot pie, bitch."
Karen said, I made 3 times as much as my ex-husband, and he held it against me. He always
held it against you?
He always made snide comments about being a strong, independent woman. I got tired of being put down about it all the time. I filed for divorce.
Well, there you go. And somebody did text in and say when the woman makes more, she's more likely to be the one who files for divorce.
Oh,
well, when the guy acts like that, he's obviously he's got a, and that somebody texted in about being insecure. That sounds like that situation to me. Not every situation's the same. Obviously.
I just think we all as human beings want to have full agency over our lives and our decisions, and we don't want to be fully dependent on another human being. So if that situation, I guess, turns sour, that you don't have to stay in it because you don't have another option. We all want agency over our lives, and jobs help you have that. Yeah.
So, I would tell any guy, if your wife wants to have a career, let her be her.
I don't even believe we're having this conversation in 2025.
I know, right?
Yeah,
that there are guys who don't want that don't even want them to work.
Maybe we should have the conversation because it sounds like it's a lot of the way a lot of men were raised.
Yeah, well, and I get that. I completely understand that. But yes, times have changed. There are women with great careers, man. Let them have them. Go for it. Whatever you want to do. All right, but now here's a whole different thing for the guys. Somebody posed this question to straight men online. If you walked into a room with 1,000 single women in your age group, how many of them do you think would be attracted to you?
Oh, this will tell a lot about a human.
I'd say 4.
I mean, we could reverse that, too, for women. If women walked into a room with 1,000 men, how many of them would be attracted to her?
Well, see, that number is so much higher, Kelly.
You think?
Oh, no, absolutely it is. Without a doubt. I can tell you this. If you asked college women, the percentage of college guys that they found attractive, most of them would say no more than 10%. But if you asked guys, they would say at least 50% of women.
Well, this is my opinion as a woman who could not rope somebody into marrying me until my late 30s. I walked into many a room with many men, and 0 were attracted to me.
I don't believe that.
I
know
true.
better than that. I know that's not true.
How was I 39 before I got married? Now, this was meant to be.
No. There's a difference between getting married and having somebody be attracted to you.
Oh, okay.
And when you refer to it as rope somebody in, maybe that was part of it. Was the way you were going about it. I don't know. It wasn't there. But, so I'm just curious. Yeah, what do you guys say? Wait, Jared Murphy already texted in and said 7. Okay, we're talking about out of 1,000 women, Bobby Griffith said 6 to 8. We're talking about 1,000 women here.
Out of 1,000 women, you think only 7 would be attracted to you, Jared? Okay.
Well, I said 4.
I feel like that's real. See, though, I feel like that is an attractive attitude. The humility there to not think that you are God's gift when you walk into a room.
Well, now wait.
Because women pick up on that.
Yes,
women are like, ugh.
But wait, women also like confidence.
Women like confidence, but women don't like arrogance.
That's true. Yes, no, I get that.
So don't be walking in arrogant thinking that every woman in that room wants you, because we pick up on that and none of us like it.
Okay,
now, a confident man, absolutely.
So I should have walked into a room and just not acted like I was great. Just be great looking like I am, but not let them know I'm great looking.
Here's the thing, is if you walk into a room of 1,000 women and you act like they all should be attracted to you, that's arrogance. If you walk into a room confident, like you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You are who you are. You fully love yourself and you're cool with yourself. And it doesn't matter if a single woman finds you attractive. You're in it for the fun time. Like, it's cool. There's no expectation here. Like, we pick up on that and we love it.
Bobby Griffith texted back in. He says, I'm 59, so yeah. But no, Bobby, remember, you're walking into a room of 1,000 women who are your age.
Your age.
These are all women in your age group.
Gavin said, hopefully 0 women are interested in me. I'm afraid of those things.
Oh, my gosh. All right. Carrie said, 1,000 women, 998 of them. The other 2 are wrong. Bush on the Morning Blitz, 7:53. Kelly Quinn, Thick Rick. Talking about men being asked online, straight men. They walked into a room with 1,000 single women, all in your age group. How many of them do you think would be attracted to you? Kelly, 70% of the men responded with less than 100.
Okay.
And then the other 30%, 15% said 100 to 2 of them, and 15% said more than 200.
All right.
So,
Scott said, where is this room? Because I am single and ready to mingle. Air that. I'm 46.
I'm sorry, man. It's just an imaginary room on the internet. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, my gosh. TJ wanted to know how many of the women are blind.
Oh. Dominic says none of them would find me attractive, maybe cool, but not attractive.
Dominic, you're full of crap. You are I know
being
Dominic.
Cool
He's
is attractive.
Yeah, and he's like the coolest dude in the world.
Sounds like Thick maybe wants a shot.
No, stop. No, he's a great dude, man. Somebody said it's just the one woman is the only one that matters, and that's true.
Yeah, if it's the right one.
Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. So for some guys, that's the one that's attracted to them.
Okay. This person texted, depends on where the women are from. I'd probably do okay if they're fresh out of prison. Otherwise, 3 or 4. Jeez. We have a bunch of humble men in our audience.
I know. We did have a couple of texts about, what do they know about you, anything. This is based on just walking in a room.
Pure attraction.
And, just pure physical attraction because, there's a lot of guys, they're like, if they get to know me, if they can see what kind of great father I am and stuff, then they become more attracted.
Okay, to that point, Steve Wyrick says it depends on whether I'm holding my 5-month-old at the time. If I am, 48 of them are attracted to me. If I'm not, 3.
Right. There you go. Yeah.
Even love a little baby, I guess.
Oh, that's funny. I'll tell you this, though. I've always said this because I've watched it happen time and time again. An ugly guy can get a pretty girl if he can constantly make her laugh. A funny guy is an attractive guy.
Yeah.
You're you don't sound fully in agreement with me on that.
No, I'm absolutely in agreement with you. I think being able to laugh is the number, I would say trust and humor are the 2 most important things in a relationship, and respect. Those are the 3 most important things.
All right. Well, there you go, guys. You guys who think that only like 5 women would be interested, you need to start working on your comedy. That's what you got to do.
And now, 3 things you need to know before you go.
Mayor Andrew Ginther says Columbus police officers are not going to participate in federal immigration enforcement. Ginther made the statement while meeting with immigrant community faith leaders in the city yesterday. The mayor also said that ICE has not been in contact with local law enforcement in reference to any planned operations so far. Leaders with Columbus City Schools have addressed questions about potential ICE raids on their properties by sending a letter to families saying CCS buildings will remain a safe place for all students. A 24-year-old Rhode Island man who entered the U.S. Capitol on Monday carrying knives and 2 Molotov cocktails apparently planned to kill House Speaker Mike Johnson, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, and Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. That's according to court filings. Ryan English surrendered to Capitol Police and told officers his plan. He said he made the Molotov cocktails using 50-milliliter Absolute vodka bottles, into which he put cloths soaked in hand sanitizer. English said as soon as he walked into the Capitol building, he realized he'd never be able to reach any of his targets because of security. President Trump says he has asked Elon Musk, CEO of SpaceX, to go get 2 astronauts who've been stuck on the International Space Station. Astronauts Suni Williams and Butch Wilmore were part of a Boeing mission to the station back in June that was supposed to last around 8 to 10 days, but issues with their spacecraft have left them up there for months, with a return mission now delayed until at least late March. Like, there's really no end in sight for these two. They keep bumping it back. Trump posted on Truth Social yesterday blaming the Biden administration for leaving these 2 astronauts in space and said, quote, Elon will soon be on his way.
That's a hell of an Uber.
Yes.
I mean,
no doubt.
That's not like, let me pick up the phone calls if I can get us a ride,
He has one of his Teslas out there orbiting, right? All we need to do is get into the orbiting Tesla.
Let the Tesla swing by.
Yeah.
Hey, can we get that thing out of the asteroid belt and over to the space station?
Right. All right, those are your 3 things.
Oh, my gosh. Builder on the Morning Blitz. Hey, man, nice shot. 8:09, Kelly Quinn, Thick Rick. And your tickets to see the Lonely Ones, Marty and the guys, Saturday night, the Newport, or a 4-pack of tickets to the 10th Annual National Fishing Expo, which is February 7th through the 9th at the Ohio Expo Center. You can pick. You just need to be caller 9 when you hear Santeria by Sublime. That will happen this hour before 9 o'clock. When you hear Santeria by Sublime, be caller 9. Again, it's 1-800-821-9970, and you can pick Lonely Ones or The Fishing Show. The choice is yours. Kelly, did you hear about this new jet?
No.
This new passenger jet broke the sound barrier. All right, so you remember the Concorde, right?
I do.
Well, this sounds better than the Concorde. They did a test flight. It's the Boom Supersonic XB-1 aircraft. It went over Mach 1 speed Tuesday while flying 35,000 feet over the Mojave Desert. It's the first civilian aircraft to reach a speed of over 850 miles per hour since the Concorde, that's been gone for over 20 years. It's Concorde.
My husband flew on the Concorde.
Did he really?
He did.
Charlie rode on the Concorde.
He did. He rode on the Concorde from London back to the United States.
It's like 2 hours or something?
It was fast.
Man, what do you think about like 850 miles per hour? That's insane. I wonder what it feels like inside. It just feels like a normal plane, I wonder.
Must.
It's a pressure, of cabin pressure.
Right. It's pressurized. I feel about flying like I do surgery. Like, you can take your time. Let's just get there safely.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, right.
I don't need you to break any speed records. When you're doing my surgeries, I don't need you to break a speed record when you're doing my air flights.
I know, but man, I think about how fast you can get places. This changes everything. It makes the world smaller. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The CEO of Boom Supersonic praised his team for accomplishing the feat, said he hopes to bring the benefits of supersonic flight to everyone in the near future. Can you imagine what that plane ticket's going to cost? But it took us 6 hours to get to Aruba. I feel like we'll be there in an hour.
Yeah.
Doesn't that sound appealing?
I guess it sounds appealing in theory to me. Like I said, it's slow and steady wins the race for me. I'm fine with air travel as is. I get there fast enough, I guess is what I say.
Yeah.
I don't need you to tell me that you just, in a heart surgery that usually lasts 4 hours, you did it in 15 minutes. I don't need anything like that.
Good to go. Look at that. That was quick today. Why did they get rid of the Concorde? I don't remember.
Well, there was a fatal accident. Like 100 and some people died on it.
Oh, they did have a crash?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Just one, I think.
Just one?
Just one fatal.
Huh. Oh. Maybe it was just constantly having issues or something. They couldn't risk it anymore.
The Concorde stopped flying. This is an AI overview via Google, primarily due to a combination of factors, including its extremely high operating costs, loud noise, limited market appeal, and a fatal crash in 2000, which significantly damaged the Concorde's reputation.
Okay. Well.
So the aircraft was retired in 2003. Yep, I guess it was just really expensive. It was really loud, and
it was loud. I remember that.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, we'll see what the old Boom Supersonic SB1 can do in the near future here. Godsmack, Morning Blitz, 822. That's Kelly Quinn. I'm Thick Rick. And I said we needed to talk about how you can just write one great song that will set you up for life.
Yes.
Now, these guys wrote a couple of songs. This is another one of those bands, Kelly, that just takes me right back to the MTV world, that I grew up in, just watching it all day, because you saw that funny-looking group of guys come out with hats that looked like flower pots doing this. And what's funny is this is not the song I'm talking about.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this was a big hit, and I'm sure they've made, plenty of money off of this song with royalties and everything. I actually liked Working in the Coal Mine better.
That is a good song.
Yeah.
Well, I've been working in a coal mine, going downtown, working in a coal mine, I sweat down.
That's a good tune.
That's funny. But yeah, again, same thing in that video, the hats and everything. But they did a song that, most people probably weren't even familiar with. It was called Uncontrollable Urge. We're talking about Devo. Did I say the name of the band for those who didn't know? Devo is the name of the band. This is Uncontrollable Urge. Punk rock, So some of you who may not recognize this song, it may still sound familiar to you. Mark Mothersbaugh, the singer of Devo, he did an interview with Rolling Stone recently, and he said this song made him ridiculously rich. This one song. And it's really, it's hilarious. From their 1978 album, Are We Not Men, We Are Devo. And, they did play this song on MTV, but it was not as big as Coal Mine or Whip It. But what happened was, do you know who Rob Dyrdek is?
No.
He's from MTV. And he used the song, the music, he covered it to make it the theme song for the TV show Ridiculousness. You know that show, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what it sounds like for them. It's the same. This is what you hear if you start watching an episode of Ridiculousness on MTV. So that show debuted in 2012, all right, and has produced more than 1,500 episodes of this half hour of watching funny videos that they do. And so Mark Mothersbaugh, because he wrote the song, rakes in over $1 million a year just from that TV show using that 16-second clip of his song.
Wow.
That is amazing, isn't it?
It is. There's the man who wrote the theme song for Cheers.
Oh, yeah.
It's a similar situation with him because his name's Gary Portnoy. He wrote it back in 1982. Cheers filmed 275 episodes, so every time it aired, he got paid. And now the show's in syndication in 40 countries. So every single time that theme song gets played,
every time, right,
he makes money. Now, he did not live off that song, but he says he could have.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the same, with Ridiculousness. Does MTV even show anything besides that anymore?
Yeah, right.
It's like the only thing I ever see listed being on.
Ching, 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 ching.
I just nonstop.
Another one that I had looked up. Okay, the guitarist for the group The Knack, who wrote My Sharona.
Yeah, The Knack.
He helped write it, and he wrote it with the band's late lead singer. So he's the only surviving songwriter of My Sharona. And he says when people ask him, what do you do for a living? He says, I go to my mailbox a couple times a month. That's how much he's getting paid still from My Sharona.
Oh, from
because
My
it's
Sharona,
such a hit on classic radio stations.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you hear it all the time.
Yep.
You hear it in movies.
Yep.
But Cheers, that's...
Cheers, yeah.
So he wrote the piano for this, obviously.
He's
and the lyrics
paid
and everything.
Right now. He's probably getting paid 2 cents.
In the world today.
And he sang it. He wrote it and sang it.
Okay, so that's him. Was it made for the show?
Yes.
That's what it was specifically made for the show. Because see, the uncontrollable urge from Devo just was a song on an album. They didn't even have to do it for the show. And there's several of those out there. I wonder. One of my favorite themes is Sons of Anarchy theme, and I'm wondering if that was written for the show. Because we always love that.
Same with the Sopranos theme song.
Yeah, I wonder, was that made for the show specifically? I wonder. So, yeah, I mean, Sons of Anarchy, man, that is like one of the greatest themes. I think.
Oh, no, it says British-based band Alabama 3 wrote Woke Up This Morning, but not expressly for the series.
Okay, all right. So it was a song before the show. It was a
song before the show. It was originally released in 1997.
Check Sons of Anarchy.
Right into this world.
Oh, it's a good song.
I love this.
All alone. God takes your soul. You're on your own.
Here we go. Don't kick in now.
A crow flies straight. A perfect line.
Great song, great show. Oh my gosh. Now I gotta watch this again when I'm running on the treadmill. It just made me want to watch it. Nothing.
I think it was written for the show.
Okay. All right. That's a great song.
Yes, the theme song for the FX series Sons of Anarchy was written specifically for the show. That is a good song.
That's a great.
Yeah.
Lincoln Park on the Morning Blitz. It is 8:39. Kelly Quinn, Thick Rick, and Crystal Rivas from Frankfurt heard Santeria from Sublime, and that was the cue to call in. She was caller 9. She picked the 4-pack of tickets to the 10th Annual National Fishing Expo, which is happening February 7th through the 9th at the Ohio Expo Center. That means we still have a pair of tickets to see the Lonely Ones. They're going to play Saturday night at the Newport, so we'll give you those here coming up just after Kelly's 9 o'clock news. So less than half an hour, we'll give those out. Right now, it is time for Blitz Therapy, brought to you by Tri-State Men's Health. And this is this one's just one person looking for advice about her friend. She says, my best friend has really worked hard to lose a lot of weight. I'm not trying to sound harsh, but she was dangerously big. I'm very proud of her, and I'm so happy she's getting healthy. I love her like a sister. The problem is she has started posting pictures of her success that she's had so far. And while she does look so much better, she's not at that show-off level, and I want to tell her not to post those kinds of pictures yet, so I'm guessing they're a little revealing. She says, do you guys think she would take that as good intentions on my part, or will it hurt her? I'm only thinking of what's best for her, and that is from Lucy.
Oh, Lucy.
That is a tough one.
It's not tough.
No, it's not? Okay.
You need to keep that thought locked up real tight in your noggin. Don't let it out.
Okay.
It is not your business what she is posting on the internet. If she wants to post pictures of her success along the way, of incremental weight loss, that is her business. It is not your business. You have no say in it, Lucy. You are absolutely risking hurting her feelings. And in fact, I will just tell you, you will hurt her feelings, and I'm kind of wondering what your motive is here. Now, I don't think it's bad. I'm just saying, why do you think she's embarrassing herself? I guess that's what I'm getting at.
Well, how else would you know unless people were making comments about it?
Yeah. So you be there for her when the harsh comments come in and say, listen, you are doing so great. Look at your success. You've got pictures of your success along the way. Look at this. You're doing incredible. Don't pay attention to that jerk. Don't you accidentally be one of the jerks, Lucy.
Well, I understand wanting to show pictures of the progress, but what if they're just too revealing and they're very unflattering?
Okay, but that is not Lucy's business.
That's not a best friend's business at all?
I don't think so.
Okay, I don't know.
I think she has taken a picture of herself. She has looked at that picture and said, I'm posting it on the internet. So she's okay with it.
Right.
No matter what it is.
Yeah.
then that is not your business to come in and say, I know you think it's okay, but the rest of us don't. I really think that is a bad move. I know that I feel like you're trying to be a good friend, like saying, hey, you have a big black watermelon seed in the middle of your teeth. It's not the same thing.
Okay.
This is way, way, way more personal than that.
Okay. All right.
And I don't think you should say anything to her. Let her do her thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome, that she's gotten to the point where she's confident enough to do that. If she was dangerously big, as Lucy put it, that's fantastic.
What would you do in that case? What would you tell her to do?
I don't know. That's why I said this was a tough one. I get your point though, and a lot of people are in full agreement with you that are texting in. I was thinking Lucy's probably looking out for her feelings, being her best friend. She's, like she said, she loves her like a sister. Because if people are making comments about revealing pictures, even if what if she hadn't lost any weight? What if she loved herself the way she was and she was posting revealing pictures that were really actually very unflattering? Would that make any difference? There was no weight loss involved.
To me, I don't think you comment on anybody's body. I just don't think, unless you're asked, unless the best friend says, hey, Lucy, I'm posting these pictures, though. Do you think I should be doing this? I'm having second thoughts. Then you can chime in. She's asked for your opinion.
Right.
At this point, she's not asked for your opinion. Mm-hmm. She's seen the picture. She's proud of herself.
Right.
And she's posting them on the internet, which is her right to do.
And I'm sure she's getting comments on, if she's posting it on Facebook or whatever, I'm sure she's getting comments about them.
Right.
And maybe they're all good comments, but maybe Lucy's hearing stuff behind her back. I don't know.
Yeah, well, then Lucy can stand up as a best friend and tell those people who are making comments to shut their mouths.
Ah, there you go.
You say you can shut your mouth. This is not your journey. It's her journey. She's documenting it online for the world to see, and that's her business. So if you want to trash talk her, don't do it in front of me.
Tool on the Morning Blitz. It is 8:50 with Kelly Quinn and Thick Rick, and gotta say a happy birthday shout out to John Andrews.
Happy birthday,
57.
dear John.
Says, and that was from Jonathan, so I'm guessing that's a John Jr. and John Sr. He says, we listen to the Blitz every morning on the way to work. Good morning, y'all, and have a great day.
All right. Happy 57th, John Andrews.
Yes.
Nice.
All right, we are in the midst of Blitz Therapy, brought to you by Tri-State Men's Health. And Lucy wrote us, said her friend, who she loves like a sister, is doing great, losing lots of weight. And she's very proud of her and all her success, but she's posting pictures of her, progress online, and Lucy said she's not at that show-off level, and she wishes she wouldn't post, and she put, quote, those kinds of pictures. So I'm guessing they're kind of revealing. I don't know. I haven't seen them, but Lucy wanted to know if she should say something to her friend, and that she was only thinking of what's best for her. So she wanted to know, that's why she wrote us and asked us what she should do. And Kelly, you made great points that a lot of people are agreeing with.
Yeah, well, I don't think you should say anything at all, ever. They're not your progress pictures. They're her progress pictures. She's proud of them. She's reviewed them and hit post. So she wants them out there to sort of memorialize her progress.
Sure.
That is her right to do. And if you tell her you think that she's not show-off ready, that's kind of mean. She knows she's not show-off ready. She's still losing weight. She's not, so I don't think you're trying to be mean. What I'm venturing a guess here, Lucy, that you probably wouldn't do that yourself. You probably wouldn't do that.
Uh-huh.
But
okay, well,
just because you wouldn't do it doesn't mean that she shouldn't do it.
She did say, do you guys think she would take, if she were to talk to her about it, do you think she would take that as good intentions on my part, or will it hurt her, and you believe it would hurt her?
100%. I don't have any doubt about it. That would hurt her feelings.
Michaela Love said, I agree with Kelly. Amy Moran says, Lucy, stay out of it. Dave said she just needs to leave that alone. Just dumb. 100% agree with Kelly.
Oh, Lori said, sounds like Lucy's the one who's embarrassed. She needs to be a supportive friend. Yeah, and I think, like, for me, I wouldn't do that. I'm not comfortable posting myself and my body shots online. I'm not comfortable doing that. So when other people do it, I'm like, oh, gosh, how do you have the nerve to do that? But I would never tell them they shouldn't.
So you think so she was saying she thinks Lucy's embarrassed by her friend's pictures.
Maybe.
Okay, well, it's just one thought that popped into her head. All right.
Steve said this is 100% needs... 100% do not do this. This is going to derail your friend's progress.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. This one's good. It says Lucy needs to mind her own business because losing weight is incredibly hard. And I don't care if you've dropped 10 pounds or 100 pounds, you've got the right to show off. I know several people who have struggled to lose weight their entire lives, and I will high-five them and celebrate with them every single time.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things, Lucy, where you might have the thought and it's legitimate and it's your feeling and it's fine, but just keep that in the old noggin there. Don't let it out.
Yeah, Mike was like the text you just read, saying she needs to stay quiet because if she says something, she may send her friend back to gaining weight because you crushed her motivation and broke her heart.
Yeah.
So.
Dominic says if she's a real best friend, she should be her best cheerleader and support her confidence.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems to be what everybody's saying.
Yeah, I don't know that there is anybody who's making a good case for saying something to her. I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, no, not one. Even I was trying to find. Oh, Keith said I was leaning on yes. She should tell her, but after listening to Kelly, I'm swayed. Keith from Galleon. So you changed his mind.
Dustin says, do not break her confidence. She's put herself out there. She wants the world's support. Look in the mirror. Support her without your own personal opinion coming into play.
All right. Justine said, flattering or not, she liked the picture of herself and is getting some confidence. Lucy should not open her mouth unless asked. I agree with Kelly here.
AJ says, Lucy's a woman. She's going to say it anyway, no matter what advice she gets.
Doug said there's an entire genre of adult films dedicated to big, beautiful women. Mind your own business, lady.
A few people have chimed in saying maybe they could be. Do you think that Lucy might be just a tiny bit jealous of the success of her friend's weight loss journey? I don't know. We couldn't tell that at all.
But just based on everything she said in the email she sent us, I don't think so. You know, she's really proud of her. She loves this girl. It's her best friend. I think they're revealing because, again, I'm stuck on those kinds of pictures that she wrote in the email. So I'm guessing maybe she just
maybe she's just in workout gear, and a workout gear that maybe Lucy thinks shouldn't be worn yet until you're at your goal weight.
Okay. I wish I had a little more info. I'd like to see the pictures.
I bet you would.
Okay. Blitz Therapy brought to you by Tri-State Men's Health. If you would like to email us, you can send that to thickrick@theblitz.com.
And now, all right, I'm listening. The 3 things you need to know before you go.
Arraignment today for a Canton man who was arrested earlier this month at a Canal Winchester home on an outstanding warrant. You remember this? And then he told authorities, there is a dead woman in the basement.
Oh, yeah.
So authorities say 33-year-old Daryl Carter Jr. told U.S. Marshals he found his ex-girlfriend, Shara Medlock, dead the week before. But he didn't call authorities because he had an outstanding warrant. So instead, he moved her body and hid it under a deflated plastic pool and multiple air mattresses in the basement. Well, he's now been charged with abuse of a corpse. He's scheduled to be arraigned today. Well, as New Orleans gears up for both Mardi Gras and the Super Bowl, some giant new barriers are being installed on Bourbon Street just weeks after a terrorist drove a truck through the district, killing 14 people. The city says the steel wedges are designed to prevent a similar attack in the French Quarter. So in addition to the wedges, New Orleans will have bomb-sniffing dogs, air security, and tactical assistance. Now, speaking of the Super Bowl, a group of Louisiana lawmakers are asking the NFL to please make sure the Super Bowl halftime show is family-friendly. Republican State Senator Valerie Hodges 16 other state legislators and 15 organizations have sent a letter to the chairs of the Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation and the Louisiana Stadium Expo District. That letter expressed concern about past halftime shows with lewd lyrics, suggestive dances, and wardrobe failures. Grammy Award winner Kendrick Lamar set to headline the halftime show at the Super Bowl on Saturday, February 9th, as the Chiefs take on the Eagles. And apparently his lyrics are not exactly family-friendly, from what I understand. I'm not a Kendrick. I don't know any Kendrick Lamar songs, but they're, I guess,
he's a hardcore rapper, you know.
Yeah. Well, you said there it's either like really lewd lyrics or lyrics praising himself, so maybe he'll just do the self-praising ones.
That's rap.
That's an option. I did see a petition on change.org. The headline is, "Replace Kendrick Lamar with a family-friendly Super Bowl performer."
Yeah, good luck with that.
It was posted 2 days ago, and it has 10 signatures. So I don't know that this has got any legs, but that's what's out there.
I mean, he's huge in the rap world. He's a superstar. So, I think I'm pretty sure it was Drake. They had that beef, went back and forth, and he had songs about him, and Drake's now suing him and his record company, and, I mean, it's crazy. Like, that was always, I mean, in the moment, songs that have something to do with like current times that are specifically about something, I kind of get it, but those are never going to be timeless songs because in 10 years, none of that will matter because whatever that was happening is gone.
Yeah.
It's like songs that reference MySpace. That's never going to be a timeless song.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, it was always kind of odd to me. But
all those songs referencing flip phones. How embarrassing.
It's just stuff that doesn't exist anymore.
No.
So.
All right. Those are your three things.
All right. Real quick before you go, Kelly, they have reset the doomsday clock.
Oh, really?
Are you familiar with that?
I am.
Yeah. So it was set at 89 seconds to midnight now, which puts it the closest it's ever been to what scientists deem global catastrophe.
Okay.
And astrophysicist Daniel Holes from the University of Chicago had this to say.
The countries that possess nuclear weapons are increasing the size and role of their arsenals, investing hundreds of billions of dollars in weapons that can destroy civilization many times over. There is hope. I mean, we certainly believe that the clock can be moved back, and there are many actions that can be taken. Our concern is that over the past year, those actions are not being taken.
I've asked my whole life, I've always wondered, why do people build things that can destroy the entire planet? Why do you build something that can blow up the entire planet? Why?
Maybe the momentary gain is what you're going for.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. Does it impact the death clock, though? That's what I want to know. Deathclock.org, it tells you what day you're going to die.
Oh, no. No, I don't think so.
This says I'm going to die on March the 12th, 2050. That's a Saturday, so it won't interrupt anybody's work days.
You still got 25 years.
You believe that? I'll be 85 years, 8 months, and 10 days old when I die. Thank you, Death Clock. I have a nice long life ahead of me.
All right. You can make all your plans accordingly now. Isn't that great?
Yes.
Oh, no, I don't have to do that yet. I got time. It's like